What's up, tutorial heads? It's your boy, it's Evie. Okay, so I'm going to show you the enclose and fill tool in Clip Studio and in Krita. So in Clip Studio, you have your tools over here and you have like your fill bucket tool. So if you pick that, or if you hit G, if you want to speed run, you hit G once and it goes to gradient, you hit it again and it goes to fill bucket. And inside of fill bucket, you have the basic fill bucket, you have your all layers fill bucket, and then you have enclose and fill. So enclose and fill is what I'm going to show you right now. So what I like to do is I have, let's say we have this glaceon here, this lovely glaceon, and we're going to enclose and fill. What I like to do is I like to pick like a dark color, so like not maybe not the darkest, but like a kind of dark color. So I'll pick like that, not the last darkest, but the one before that in terms of darkness. Uh, and then I'll kind of go to the pen. I'll go to the pen. I'll kind of zoom in, and I will make sure that there's. I'll go on a layer underneath the line art because this is the line art layer here. So a layer underneath, and then I'll kind of make sure that the gaps are closed, kind of like you're editing a Half-Life map. You don't want there to be uh, leaks in your Half-Life map, otherwise it won't compile. But with this, you have closed gaps. There's a closed gap settings. I don't like to rely on it, but it does exist. It's over here, as you can see in the closed gap option. I don't like to use that, so anyways, I'm going through on a layer underneath and I'm just closing all the leaks in the Half-Life map. So I will just quickly do that. Uh, this is just for demonstration purposes. I'm not trying to make it pretty or anything, but it's just to show you once you close the leaks. Do 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 do. Okay, so the leaks on like the entire figure is what we're looking at here. So there's a tiny leak there, tiny leak there. So because we're gonna enclose like the entire figure. So uh let's go back to our enclose and fill tool now that we have closed all the leaks. And on the layer underneath, basically the I disabled close gaps, but the default settings are pretty sane. If you've got like a soft brush line art or a sketch, you want to kind of lower the tolerance, and then you kind of select your entire figure and it will enclose and fill your entire figure with the color that you have selected. And apparently there's a leak there, so I'm going to fix that really quick. Enclose and fill the entire figure. And there we go. So now if we look really closely, we can see that it filled this triangle here that I don't want. And you can see there's kind of like this, so this needs to be adjusted in settings, how it kind of filled over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the tolerance. I'm going to set the area scaling down to like -1. And then let's try again because I think area scaling is the big issue here. Let's look at it. Yeah, see, because when you area scale to -1, then it goes in to the line art 1, and then it doesn't go over. Because I don't know why it's default area scaling, so then I'll just kind of, uh, I guess I'll just kind of get rid of this triangle here really quick. And then it's Control D to deselect. That's kind of weird. I'm so used to krita. Okay, so yeah, that's enclose and fill, and then you can kind of take your refer to other layers fill bucket, and you can kind of fill bucket. Let me see. I think it's alt is fill bucket with area scaling 10 is sane for the fill bucket, I think. Let's see. Fill bucket, all of these, and then I can kind of close these gaps. And then if I fill bucket these, it kind of creates this, like, because the pixel hasn't grown, so you need to set, let me see, is it tolerance? It's not tolerance, it's area scaling. So scaling mode, let's do round, and let's do, let me see if this works. Yeah, that works, but 7 is way too much, so we'll do like 3 and round, because darkest pixel is kind of like, okay, are you using a dark color? No, so you're kind of screwed, so use round, and then you can see that works out kind of nicely. So we'll go with that. And then we kind of can go through and fill bucket. Okay, so I'm gonna take this color for these things, tendrils, and I guess this thing. And then it's this color for these things. And then I'll just leave the rest. So the eyes can be white, so you'll take the pen and you'll kind of, if you want them white, or if you just want that part white, and then you want like this part. I need some more stabilization. And there you go. That's enclose and fill. That's how I use it. I pick, like I said, start out with the darkest, not the darkest, but the next darkest color, and enclose and fill with that. And then I'm going to show you in krita. So we have the same thing in krita. You have enclose and fill in krita. It's a bit more not quite as advanced, but it is very nice in krita as well. So I have threshold set to 1. I have grow set to -2, because it's gonna shrink inside of your entire line art. So once again, we're going to go through and let me pull this color swatch here off of here and paste it in krita as a web. And then where did it go? It went somewhere. There it is. Okay. So on a layer underneath, we take the second darkest color, close all the gaps. Close all the gaps, close all the leaks in your Half-Life map. Leaks are bad. We want to close them. Da, da, da. Close more leaks. More leaks, more leaks. It's compiling, it's compiling, it's compiling. We want it to compile. We want our Half-Life map to compile. Or we want our enclose and fill to not fill the entire or we want it to not fail because it'll fail basically. So if there's leaks, because Krita does not have a close gaps function in its enclose and fill, so that it's good practice to just close all the gaps anyways. So there we go. And if we zoom in, I can kind of erase this and then select this with a grow of 2 for the magic wand, and then just delete. And then I've been using Krita a lot, so I'm very fast at it compared to Clip Studio. So then we'll take our fill bucket tool and we'll take this color. Oops, it's set to entire image. There we go. And we'll take this color. And then we'll take this color for these flesh tendrils. And then this color for these. And you can see how fast it is compared to everything else. And there's a link there. And I have my fill bucket in this set to grow by 3 pixels, so that when you can kind of tell it's not doing anything bad like it would if you weren't growing pixels. So let's take a white here and fill this, and you can see that grows, kind of making it grow too much. It's growing too much. Okay. And there you go. There's enclose and fill. Thanks for watching. It's this thing right here. And in Clip Studio, it's inside the fill bucket tool. It's this thing right here. All right, peace.